Hi, this is Zach with Warner Wound, and today I'll be doing a hands-on with the VENTUS MORI brass diver. VENTUS is a brand that in the last couple of years has kind of popped up. They've done some really cool things. Their previous model was a carbon fiber cased Flieger watch with a sandwich dial that did really, really well on Kickstarter. It's definitely a bit of a kind of a forward-thinking modern version of a Flieger watch. And they've stuck with that kind of playfulness of kind of taking a classic concept but pushing it in some interesting directions and playing with some interesting materials. So here you have a brass case. Brass is obviously similar to bronze, but it is not the same as bronze. I don't specifically know the differences. I mean, there's a difference in how in the actual alloy itself. I believe brass is a little bit softer, which is why it might not be used as much. But like bronze, it patinas, so that's really why you're seeing it used here. It also has a very strong nautical look and feel to it. And what they did here that's very interesting, so there's a couple different versions of it, but what I really liked about this one is that they have a brass bezel insert as well. So it's just brass on brass on brass. Gives the whole thing this very warm tone. Doesn't look like gold though, because it's got more of a kind of a green color in it, and as it patinas, it's going to become stronger. So it's a cool rugged watch, but with a nice coloration, and the whole thing has just this cast of a warm glow to it. That's also because on this specific one, there's also once again another version. They went with kind of a vintagey lume that has a beige kind of color to it, even a little bit of a rosiness to it. I really just like how that all came together here. So this watch, though, kind of taking a step back, it is a 300-meter dive watch, which is, a very nice number to have. It is obviously vintage style, and it's powered by a Seiko NH35A. It's currently on Kickstarter with a starting price of $199. So it's a very, very well-priced, even crazily underpriced watch, if you will. I think especially for the aesthetics that you're getting and fun use of materials, that's really, a great price for this to be offered at, razor thin margins there. Also has a domed sapphire crystal, which is really nice. And it's well-sized too, and that's something, seeing more and more well-sized watches, especially in the dive range, are no longer everything's 44 millimeters or anything like that. This is 41 millimeters in diameter, 48 millimeters lug to lug, and 14 millimeters tall. It is tall, but if you were to look at it from the side, it really doesn't seem as tall as it is, and that's because there's some undercuts on it. The case back is steel, so it kind of disappears against the brass, and there's a little bit of height coming from the domed sapphire. So to me, it actually looks and wears quite a bit thinner than that, which I think is nice. Quickly looking at the dial, this great dial design. This is actually, I'd go so far as to say, one of the nicer kind of dive dials I've seen in a little while. I really like that there's absolutely no numerals or wording on it. The logo here is just this V. It's all cut out. So you have these big triangular marks that are cut through, the really large triangle at 12. Some inner markings here, some outer markings. It has a very nice rhythm to it, very nice graphic presence. And it's just, simply attractive. I also really like that the surface here is not quite black. It's a matte, dark gray. That looks really good with this kind of vintage, warm, overcast kind of coloration going on here. Another great detail, see that date at 3? They match the color. They match the color on a $200 watch. So, every time you see a date window with a date that doesn't feel right, just, remember that it can be done. And even on this watch, they went so far as to do that. Looking at the hands quickly, really cool hands. You have a sword hand for the minute, and then a kind of a funny arrow-shaped hand there that definitely speaks towards vintage watches, but doesn't feel overkill, it doesn't feel too weird. I think it's just a really nice-looking handset. And the hands there are actually, obviously they're kind of supposed to pick up the brass. They're sort of a gold color. It's whatever it is. It's a PVD plating, but it looks really nice there. Quickly, the strap, you have this cool kind of Kevlar style strap, works with the case design. I think it's a nice, black and this brass look really nice together. And then you actually have a sort of a matching buckle. It is not quite the same, I imagine, once again, to PVD, but it looks great. I'm glad that they went that way. You know, maybe a black if they couldn't have done this, but it is nice to have the color coordination here. So yeah, all said and done, I mean, once again, it's a starting price of $200 on Kickstarter that might not be available anymore. They've already raised over $100,000. This thing is popular. This is a really, really great package, even for $300, $400, you know, maybe $500 at the top. This is a lot of fun. It's a great way to get into the kind of brass bronze look, the patina watch look, without spending a ton of money, and frankly getting something that's very stylish as well. So please check out the article on Worn and Wound. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.